What's going on, guys? Spider-Man Jamila here. Got a new video for you today. Today I'm going to be doing a top 5. And I decided to do a top 5 Friday on everyone's favorite series, Nerf Elite 2.0. Yay. Now, to be clear what Elite 2.0 is, Elite 2.0 from Nerf is a new attempt of trying to make Elite blasters, but making them 2.0, making them more tactical, with tactical rails, making them look really cool. And that's a good big plus, but the main problem with Elite 2.0 is they decided to go the cheap route and clip and glue everything together, and that sucks. Because you can't open it, you can't mod it, you can't take it apart to fix it, and it's a very rough thing. So a lot of people are going to say, oh, all Elite 2.0 is bad. I kind of disagree. Elite 2.0 is bad, don't get me wrong, but I think I found 5 blasters that are actually really good from Elite 2.0 that I personally prefer. And that is what I'm going to talk about today. But I thought I would start with the honorable mentions. So there are 2 blasters that I really love, but I had to leave off the top 5, but I decided to mention them in the actual real deal world, I guess, as a joke. So, first honorable mention is the Nerf Elite 2.0 Ranger. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, this is one of the new blasters of 2022. So it's like, why is this on the list? And I know what a lot of you are thinking. Oh, and of course, if you guys want to watch these reviews I did, I'll put links in the description below. But this Elite 2.0 blaster I wanted to mention because it's essentially a very good blaster. The only thing about it is it's not primary worthy. In my opinion, it's too big to be a primary, but this is a fun blaster for anyone who wants it, because the first thing, it feels way better than any Elite 2.0 blaster. The quality is there, the work of it, how it works, and especially the fact that this feature works well. It works well, it's smooth, and you got dart storage down here, a stock attachment point if you want to add a stock. I mean, what more can you get from this? Because it's not bad at all. Like, I was really shocked in my review how good this thing actually was. For a 5-shot primary, it's certainly, I feel, worth the buck. It's priced well, and especially the fact that it just works, and I'm really amazed by that. Especially the fact that when you get accurate darts in here, it is really accurate. I mean, well, that just happened. But that is the first honorable mention, and you just can't really... That's the first kind of dry fire I've had. But that is the first honorable mention. Now, the second honorable mention is going to be quite a surprise, because I actually really love this thing in the review, but I had to mention it because if I didn't, I would be dishonest to my review. So my second honorable mention is the Flip 32. Now, this thing is on the honorable mentions list because essentially it works. It just works. The quality is actually there. The flipping motion works well, I mean really well. The Smart AR system is very well. It's a 32-shot blaster. It feels well, it works well. I'll pick those up later. But it works well, and especially the fact that this is the only flip shot blaster that I see that really doesn't have any problems with it. The Flip 8 is a little bit finicky sometimes, and the Flip 16 is just an honorable disgrace. But this one actually works. It feels well. Now, one of the reasons why this thing is on the honorable mentions is because its performance is terrible. It shoots at about 56 FPS, and it's mainly just because of this air restrictor thing, and they barely fly far at all. But the fact that this thing was made, it looks so intimidating just to see this charging at you, just like, ah! It's hilarious, and I wanted to mention it because it's one of my favorites, and I wanted to give it that honor of just being on my list. But now we're actually moving into number 5. Alright, so coming in at number 5, I decided to put the Elite 2.0 Echo. Now, this one is the most controversial Elite 2.0 blaster out there, in my opinion, because it's essentially a very good blaster, and I'm sad it gets hate because it's really good, to me at least. This is also at number 5 because this is actually the very first Elite 2.0 blaster I ever decided to buy. When I started realizing how bad Elite 2.0 was, I decided, I want to see. Mainly just because, you know what, Elite 2.0 is bad, so let's actually get one and see how bad it truly is. And I bought this one, and I was surprised. If you guys actually check out my video up there with my friend the Gangsta Spider helping me film it, I was actually really surprised with this. It works well. I mean, it's got a really cool barrel attachment that essentially would look kind of weird on some blasters, but it's a cool attachment with 4 tactical rails. Holy tactics, Batman. And a stock that essentially works best with this blaster. If you try to put it on any other Elite 2.0 blaster, you guys remember the video, it was weird. But you have this, and it's a good stock. It feels well. It's got a tactical rail. What you want to put up there, I don't know. The only gripe is it's too short, and then you have the actual performance of the blaster itself, and especially the fact that this has slam fire is really good. The only gripe that I've seen with it is just the magazine release. I feel like the reason why they designed the magazine release so light is just so that I guess you can get really quick reloads. Like I reload. And essentially that's what they did, but they did it a little too wrong because my biggest gripe is it's a very light one. You barely have to touch it at some points and it falls out. And thankfully, let me try that one more time. Okay, that's right. Okay, all fired. But it's just like you get that point of the magazine release is one of the only gripes, and kind of the priming handle. My biggest gripe with this is sometimes, oh, that won't work. See, like right there. If you short stroke it, it's not going to work, and then especially at the very end, you have to make sure you get that click. One of the other blasters, I think it was the Ruckus. The Ruckus kind of had that problem too, to where you would have to make sure you can't really short stroke this. And then it's just like, it gets a little annoying. And plus, another thing that makes you definitely know how cheap this is the jam door. So the jam door just feels like crap, and oh my gosh. I need to use my car key or knife. You know what? Let's use a knife because not even my car keys can open this thing. It's just with me, I can't really open this because mine is just sort of meh. But the jam door just feels cheap, and especially the fact that it could just rip off like that. That's one of the biggest gripes with this blaster. But that's our top. That's at number 5. I really wanted to get this out of the way. I do love this blaster, but if I was gonna make a proper list, it would have to sit at number 5. But that's why I wanted to mention this, especially the fact that this thing shoots at 79 FPS. That's hot, dude. Like, I'm really shocked that this thing shoots well. But that's number 5. Number 4. Alright, so number 4, I got the Halo DMR. Wait, that's not the right blaster. Let's again. Oh yeah. Guys, at number 4, I decided to put the Elite 2.0 Eaglepoint. Now, the Eaglepoint is one of the new blasters that came out, I believe, last year in 2021, and I really was very shocked with this. If you guys saw my review and also when I first got the thing, I actually really like it. It feels well, and again, you get that DMR style class, and it's a really effective blaster. It's small, compact. It's got a barrel extension. My only gripe with the blaster, or I've got two, but my gripe with it is this is a little loose, so if you try to hold it, it could rotate pretty easily. You have a pretty neat scope. Mine, I think, is kind of wearing out because it sometimes likes to fall off and you could wobble, but that's probably just every Nerf attachment. But 8-shot capacity, pretty smooth prime, action. This is one of my other gripes. Sometimes it just doesn't catch, or sometimes it like, you do that and it's like, it's a weird like motion. You've got storage back here, but you have really good performance. And then slam fire, but not when you prime and then do that, to where instead it's when you prime and it fires on that, which I think is really cool. And as you see there, it kind of skips the dart. But you've got dart storage in the back, and you've just got a really solid blaster. And it's actually one of the Elite 2.0 blasters that actually has some quality into it, and it's a pretty accurate blaster. And I really love this thing in the review. I really love this thing when I first got it. This was actually the first Elite 2.0 blaster that I got without anyone reviewing it, because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go purchase it. And then I saw reviews and I was like, I didn't make a wrong choice. That shows how much of a nerfer I am. I'm hoping still. But essentially, I just love the Eaglepoint. It's one of my favorite Elite 2.0 blasters, but that's why it sits at number 4. Now, numero tres, number 3. Alright guys, at number 3, I decided to put pretty much Elite 2.0's Rapid Strike, the Turbine. Now, the Turbine is a subjective opinion. A lot of people like it, a lot of people hate it. Me personally, I love it. I've taken this to a battle before, and I personally really love it. I really love its feel a lot more than the Rapid Strike. I do love how small it is. It's more compact. It feels amazing. My only gripe with it is the magazine release is very poor. As for some people, they'll have to get a thumb in there. Some people, they can actually get their finger in there. As the dart just fell out. It's weird though, because I remember someone saying, I was Coop. Apparently, he had a number of feeding issues with his 18-round stick mag, but mine works well. It hasn't bonked out on me. And another gripe, I have like 3 with this, but they're not minor. The jam door is very cheap, and of course can come off entirely. But also the thing is, it feels weird on there, and it's like, you probably shake it enough, like it moves and all that. And then the last gripe with this is just the fact that this thing shoots well, but once it goes into full auto, it gets bogged down, and I assume that's just some system inside of it, but it's not bad at all. Like, I love this thing, and especially the fact that the rate of fire is like this. That's a fast blaster, and it's faster than the Rapid Strike, and I believe it's faster than the Hyperfire. It's a small, compact blaster that I just absolutely love, and I wanted to put it at number 3 because it's essentially one of my favorite Elite 2.0 blasters. This is the one I was the most excited to get, and I couldn't do a top 5 Elite 2.0 blasters without it. So now we're getting into number 2. Now, please don't kill me once you see what I put number 2, because I have a feeling we're getting a lot of hate for this. But number 2. Now this is where I probably am going to get some people banging on my door saying I'm going to kill you. But what I have at number 2 is the MotoBlitz. Now I know you guys are really surprised about this, and I can already hear you guys typing in the comments, that's way better, why are you putting it at number 2? This is legit one of the best blasters Nerf has ever made, or at least made in a long time. Because one, first of all, it can finally be taken apart, which is amazing. It feels well. This shotgun action cannot be beaten. And especially the fact that it works well, and it's just like, you know, I'll pick all these up at the end of the video, but it's a very, very, very good blaster, and I'm sorry that I have to put it at number 2. What I put at number 1 is personally just because of me and the history that I have with its 2.0 original variant. But this is what Elite 2.0 needs to be, and they finally are starting to get the hang of it. It is legit a Raven with an integrated shotgun, and it's a comfy feeling Raven. A good mag. If you guys are wondering what that shaking is, there's something in my mag that kind of fell out. It's not really anything too special, but it's not bad at all. Like, I am sorry I have to put this thing at number 2, but everyone's list, this is number 1, and this is personally my favorite Elite 2.0 blaster. But I wouldn't be really fair to the blaster that I'm going to introduce as number 1, and just the history that I have with its number 1 variant. Everything talk about number 1. So guys, number 1 is subjective because you know my history with the fact that I really love the hammer shot. Trailblazer is what I wanted and more. So guys, no doubt this is my favorite Elite 2.0 blaster that has been released. As you guys saw in my review and videos leading up to the review, I kept saying, Nerf, do not mess this up. And they didn't. Now, of course, it's a perfect blaster in my eyes because this is essentially what Elite 2.0 needs to be. You guys know the hammer shot. I love the hammer shot. It's my favorite blaster of all time. And of course, I have just like history on this because, well, this is the very first blaster I ever bought that actually started off my whole collection, and I can't replace it. And the Elite 2.0 Trailblazer is my favorite Elite 2.0 blaster because it's essentially what I want Elite 2.0 to be. A 2.0 to the original blaster that it's based off of, and this is. Now of course I have gripes, it does feel a little cheap in some areas. And of course my biggest gripe is just the grip. It was elaborated on. It's a good grip, but it feels small compared to the rest of the blaster. But with performance of 69 kbp per second, the fact that this is one-hand wieldable, 8-shot capacity, it's something that I just can't get out of my head. They actually did it. They made the Elite 2.0 blaster of the hammer shot that I've been asking for a long time. And thank you, Elite 2.0, that you didn't screw this up. And I really thank you for that. And just please keep it up, guys, because you want Elite 2.0 to be good. Actually afford the funds and make them good, or the fans are going to drive you out of business. Just kidding. But essentially, it's like other competitors, Dark Zone and all that, are fighting, and if Elite 2.0 blasters keep coming out good, then hallelujah. So guys, that is my top 5 review of my top 5 Elite 2.0 blasters. Now I'm going to show you a firing demo, just show all of them and work. But to be fair to all of them, I did include Elite darts in this. I'm not going to do waffle head darts like I usually do. I'm just being fair towards the blasters that we have, and especially the fact that it's just a good representation to see how all of them work with their included ammo. Also, one of the reasons is one of them just doesn't need waffle head darts because it's a shotgun. So, now to show you the firing demo of my top 5 or top 7 Elite 2.0 blasters. Trailblazer, Fanfire, you've gotta love it, Ranger, Slamfire, so freaking smooth, Eaglepoint, Slamfire, well, I'm keeping that, the Echo, Slamfire, the Turbine, really fast, the MotoBlitz, the shotgun variant, so much fun. And last but not least, the Flip 32.
The one time the air restrictors finally gonna go out on me. How convenient. The trouble with doing these videos, guys, you have a lot of darts to clean up. I know.
Well guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I've got a lot of darts to clean up, but essentially what that firing demo was, it was just to show you how all these blasters work. And if you liked my video, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and heck, comment what your favorite Elite 2.0 blaster is. Is it one on my list, or is it just one of the other ones I didn't say? But if you guys like this, please don't tell me to do a top 5 worst, because I'm not getting any of those blasters. I hate a lot of the Elite 2.0 blasters. I only have the 7 that I really love, and I don't want any of the other ones. It's like that joke of just like, please no. But thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you can, like, subscribe, and if you want to see each one of these in action, check out my dedicated video below for each one of them. And I just find it hilarious the fact that a lot of them decide to malfunction the day that I say, hey, you know what, let's show how awesome these are. Oh, dart fired out. Air restrictor's not working. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. The Spider Avenger Miller shall see you in the next video.